Hello, cats and kittens. MamaCatGamer here with another episode in Gavtia's adventure through Final Fantasy XIV. We are in the Heavensward expansion. We are today doing Mountaintop Diplomacy. If I can get to the screen correctly. All right, that is a level 54 quest. Alphinaud is escorting the Elder Seedseer and her entourage on the long road through Dravania. He has asked that we return to Sam'al's summit and inform our companions that help is on the way. So we have to seek out Estinien in the deserted Moogle settlement. All right, so unwilling to abandon his efforts to contact the Moogles of the Churning Mists, Alphinaud resolves to seek the assistance of the furry creature's Twelveswood kin. We traveled to Dravania and we rendezvoused with him at Nafika's altar. He informed us that he had requested an audience with the Elder Seedseer, and after exchanging heartfelt greetings with the Elder Seedseer, Alphinaud explained the urgent nature of our visit, and by good fortune, Kuplo Kop overhears our conundrum and pledges to accompany us back to the Churning Mists. To the surprise of all present, Khan Asena then offers to do the same. All right. And now we're going to return. I am going to turn a couple of quests in really quick. Just to get them out of my inventory or in journal. You actually do have a limit on the number of journal entries or quests you can have open. So 30 is the limit, and I have 13. It's easy to pick up too many. All right, let's go back and turn this in. Playing on my Reaper job today because I want to level up my Reaper. All right, we are turning in a quest to Adistan. I'm glad to see you unharmed, my friend. By Maxine's report, the people of the Twelveswood owe you many thanks for vanquishing the Void-Sent Lord. Yet its death does leave a question. Who summoned the fiends, if not the lambs of Dalamud? My friend, saw you aught within those sinister walls that might provide the answer? Apparently we did. Not another living soul, you say? How curious. Could it be that the summoner quit the keep then? Yes, unless... In your last venture inside, you came upon cultists attempting to summon Void-Sent. This time, did you perchance see their remains upon the ground? We did, yes. Ha! Then I know the truth of it. 'Twas no living soul that brought the Void-Sent upon us. No, it was the blood of the lambs of Dalamud, the very same that stains the ground. A dark sigils drawn by the cultists must have been finished but for a sacrifice. How ironic that their own blood should bring the rites to completion. It was mere coincidence and nothing more. No sinister forces here conspired. No mortals eagerly beckoned Void-Sent into our realm. We may put this matter to rest. Save for the Void-Sent Lord at the heart of the keep. I had assumed it was an unthinking brute, but from what you said of its manner, mayhap it had cunning aplenty. Indeed, this fiend could have beguiled the lords of Dalamud into all of this. If dark forces are able to so lead mortals, then grim days lie ahead of us. But such ill musings do not suit your victory. I shall enjoy this respite from danger, as I hope you shall too. Go well, and rest assured that Arun Senna will learn of your valor this day. Okay. Do you have anything else to follow up? My friend, I wish that peace would reign forever in Amdapur Keep. But you have cleansed its halls of Void-Sent twice now. Mayhap you will have need to do so again. That doesn't sound very encouraging. Who knows? The Wrath of Karn. It's a takeoff on the Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 2. We learned that from Bibi Moo. You learned that your two clients are the sons in Amajina and Sons Mineral Concern. In addition, Neneko is a rising star in the scholarly world. With this knowledge in mind, enter the Sunken Temple of Karn and pull off the rescue. Okay. You return to the treacherous quarters of the Sunken Temple of Karn and live to tell the tale. All right. Yes, we did live to tell the tale. Now we gotta go to Ulda. Go to the Miners Guild. Sesaruka. Yes? Where's Neneko? You'd better have good news or I'll let my brother do this his way. My dear brothers! Is Neneko there? I've worried you, haven't I? I am sorry, but as you can see, there's nothing to be concerned about. Neneko, says Popo coolly. Neneko, we've been so worried about you. Sesaruka says, Aye, we'd feared the worst. It's so good to see your face. Neneko says, I must thank you again, good adventurer. After we parted ways, I sent for a search party and we were able to rescue the survivors. Papa Cooley says, Neneko, from now on, I'm going to accompany you on all expeditions. Those Beladians were real bastards about booby traps. It's not safe for you alone. Sesaruka says, Brother, she won't be alone because I'm going with her. Brothers, you forget your duty. Your place is with the concern. You are right that the temple is dangerous, but I can make it safe. All you need to do is to believe. We must look at the causes, the twin causes, referring to her brothers, of today's incident. The people's belief that within lie magical relics and that the ruins are now safe to traverse. Those temple raiders are already telling tales of deadly ancient traps in every tavern. But we'll let it be known it's no ordinary danger that awaits. The Order of Nald Thal has agreed to vehemently deny that the temple's relics are cursed. That tales of looters found horribly dead afterwards are baseless. That should give instant credence to the opposite and end the looting. For a while at least. It's kind of like backwards thinking there. Neneko, you're brilliant! I may be the strongest one, but you've got the goods upstairs. Popo Cooley says, Right you are about our sister, puny brother, and I'm not going to stoop to stating the obvious. Neneko adds, They say history is the gristle of the past, but in these ruins, the past is fleshed out again. And that is what I love about this work. I won't let the raiders despoil the place. The ruins are not of mine to be dug and blasted for gil. If they want gold or gems, let them join the Miners Guild and toil for them. Oh, I forgot. That the way his head is positioned means his face is cut off in cutscenes. So as much as I like Emmerich's outfit, I'm going to put this one back on. We got all our recommended gear on. Alright. Let's, speak with Estinien at Moghome. Probably could have ported to Foundation for less skill and then ported over there. Because I got a free home thing to Foundation. I have a free home travel to Foundation. Or Ishgard, basically. Can't get it. Can't get it. See what Estinien has to say. Well, let me see what Ysayle has first. Because talking to Estinien will complete it. Ah, Gav, you are returned. How fared you in Dravania? Better than I hope? Hraesvelgr's whereabouts yet elude me. Well met, warrior of light. Nidhogg is not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. Well, yeah, because he doesn't have any eyelids on that eye. The Elder Seedseer herself answers your call. Then there is naught to do but wait. They are here, Gav. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful, devoid as the road was of Dravanians. 'Twould seem the dragons have abandoned Sam-Al for the Churning Mists. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estinien, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. Kane says, "'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinien. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage." Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The moogles are all around us even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune time to introduce ourselves. This should serve. Kublokop says, "They're hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Koopa." I am Khan A. Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road from the Twelveswood to share words with you. On this, the occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. Something says, "Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo." Oh my god. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Moogle clan. Remember that name, by the way, Moglin. Kane Senna says, "Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you." Kuplokop says, "Greetings, I am Kuplokop, ambassador of the Twelveswood Moogles." Moglin says, "A Moogle from the world below? Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo." Kane Senna says, my companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here amongst the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them into your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great wyrm Hraesvelgr, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and dragon. Moghome says, an end to war, you say? I trust you, Kane Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I'm afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Hraesvelgr, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-spattered warrior friends will attract the attention of the nastier kind and invite destruction upon our happy home. Kuplo-Cobb says, now, just a moment, Chieftain. Gav here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. He is a champion of the 12's-Wood moogles, and I'll not hear his good name slandered. Moghome says, now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. I shall, of course, take your testimony into consideration. Kane Senna says, if I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? Moghome says, an excellent suggestion, Kupo. In the interests of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Moghome. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo. Oh, and now we're gonna have to do errands for a bunch of floating cotton balls. Moglu, are you surprised to see such a fierce-looking Moogle, Kupo? The Palm Guard must defend Chieftain Moglin and all of Moghome. Mind your manners in front of the chieftain and don't make him repeat himself. Moghome. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Alright, that's what Moghome has to say. Looks like he's sitting like in a chair of like bubbles or something. I'm sure there's supposed to be like little puff balls or little flower things. Trying to get a good look at him. Kind of like baby's breath or something. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kuplo-Cobb called you again? Gav? Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way, Kupo. As are Moghan, Mogmug, Mogwin, these being the names of the 3 wise Moogles who will administer the momentous challenges that I have devised to measure your worth. I call them the trials of trustworthiness. Undertake these trials, and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. Let's see what we could pick up here. I'll pick up the sword. Gav, I will not judge you by your curious name. What I will judge you by, however, is your performance during my trials of trustworthiness, Kupo. Okay. Moghome. Moghome would test your trustworthiness with a trial. Hello, yes, I am Moghome, the foremost alchemist in Moghome, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes. Go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Isle Tome. It's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. Oh, what does the muddled Moogle have to say? As Maestro Moghome finished his latest piece, I can hardly wait to see it, Kupo. Moghome and Margaret. Have you ever seen such a splendid flower, Kupo? I water it every day. I can't wait to see it grow even more. Margaret says, I have one of the most important and difficult jobs in Moghome, watering the flowers, Kupo. You can't put too much and you can't put too little. Truly, it is an art form. Let's see how Alphinaud reacts to these. I did not expect our travels to bring us to a Moogle village. I wonder if a similar settlement exists somewhere within the Twelveswood. Kane Senta says, just as their cousins in the Twelveswood, these Moghome Moogles excel in the manipulation of ether. There are few who could detect them if they chose not to be detected. Keeper of the Entwined Serpents. Warrior of Light, we have not spoken since the trouble with good King Moghome, and I would proffer my apologies. Had I not been bound by my duty to protect the Elder Seedseer, I would have stood with you against your accusers in Ul'dah. This keeper says, I owed the Elder Seedseer my life. My duty to protect her surpasses all other concerns. Well, fair. Ysayle? So exceedingly fluffy. Kuplo Cop says, how exciting to have relatives in the clouds, Kupo. Yeah, let's see. Mogmug. Mogmug would test your trustworthiness with a trial. Of course he would. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know, I am the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you have ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can't keep a straight face saying this stuff. I can barely take a stroll outside without those relentless Dravanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might just gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, sir, is this. Find these ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. Those archaeosaurs need a good trouncing, I say. It's the only way they'll learn to respect my boundaries. I do appreciate my admirers, but enough is enough, Kupo. Oh my god, these guys are funny. Mogby nimble, Mogby quick. Mogto. If you follow this path all the way to the top, you'll come out on the summit of Sam'al. There's such a lovely view up there, Kupo. You talk to the muddled Moogle. Muddled Moogle. What does Estinien have to say? The Fury take these ridiculous flying rodents. Never change. Estinien never change. Mogwin. He would test your trustworthiness with a trial. Moghme's the name and art is my game when it comes to painting. There are none in Moghome who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness. But as I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me, I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Moghome. Oh my god, it's a painted rock. He's got a pet rock. Oh lord. These quests are nothing if not entertaining. Moghome is missing his masterpiece, Kupo? Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I have not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Oh my god. Maestro Moghome has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo? Oh, happy day! If I am the switcher in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Moghome for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just lying around to spend on such luxuries? I don't know much about his stone, but I do know Moghome's been creeping out the back way to Sam Summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe he left it up there. Alright, let's go look up top. Yeah, there is 2 entrances in and out of this place. The first time I was running around in here, I, totally missed it. See if Ysayle and the others have anything to say now that we've talked to them. Nope. Okay. Ooh, an ether current. I thought I heard that sound. It has a very distinctive sound when you get close to it. Oh, no, tell me we still have to talk to somebody else. Jesus. All right. Well, what did you find out, Kupo? Yes. Now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. Ahem. The second part of your trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. Okay. Back up we go. Got a little ahead of ourselves. It's not hard to do when you have this level of confusion among the moogles. This actually is quite a nice view. Really kind of cool. Oh, we're gonna go grab the other two. When all else fails, just go the easy route. And we gotta go pick some flowers, because that's what every self-respecting warrior of light does. Alright, the items we want are down. I see. Oh, there it is. Back we go. Wonder what Moxie has to say. Continue down this road and you get to Asa. My friend Mogmont's guarding the entrance there. It takes a courageous palm to stand guard with all the Skylords about Kupo. Emptier of purses and mender of sticks. The fury takes these ridiculous flying rodents. Magwin says, "Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe?" A Moogle masterpiece. An ordinary rock. Awash with extraordinarily... Sorry, let me try that again. Moogle masterpiece. An ordinary rock awash with extraordinary color. What that color represents, however, you cannot discern from any angle. It's a pet rock. If y'all don't know what a pet rock is, you gotta go look it up. It was the most hysterical thing ever. Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, sir. At last I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. All right. Have you come to admire my latest piece, Kupo? I have been attempting to capture in oils the essence of the humble Kupo nut, but inspiration is fleeting, especially when the rumble in my belly overpowers the passion in my heart. What does Alphinaud have to say? Anything new? Mogbug. You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees? Wonderful. You are as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Dravanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. Oh my god. Oh, let's see if he has anything else to say now. Alright. He would only give us a new quest. Moghome. Do you have any trouble finding Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. Cloud's Breath. Lack of imagination has led to most white flowers found growing in the skybound regions of Dravania and Abalathia to be named after clouds. This light-petaled specimen being no exception. Ah, yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, sir? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your Moogle, Kupo. You have completed the trials of trustworthiness. Return to Chieftain Moghome and await his judgment. Does Mog hand everything else? If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Okay, let's talk to Moghome now. Chieftain Moghome is ready to pass judgment on your trial performance. Yeah, if that is what you insist on calling yourself. You have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the taskmasters Moghome, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. Let's pick up the blue quest too. Margaret is in desperate need of a bath. I'm not sure I want to do that for you, Margaret. Have you ever bathed in the waters to the northeast? Of course not, because a gang of burly Hropkins has been attacking any who go near them, Kupo. If you were kind enough to slay a few, that might scare them away, giving me time for a dip in the waters. Because that's very important. Alphinaud says, are these trials over then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Kupo nuts out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Ysayle says, what sorcery is this, that my heart should stir at mere fluffiness? Kiev, I was... No matter, what is it? Chieftain Moghome has made his decision. Well, let us not keep him waiting then. Aw, she has a soft spot in her heart for moogles. Kuplo Cop says, we've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moghome has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. Kane Senesis, standing here in Moghome, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Moghome XII and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. Looking forward to seeing what Estinien has to say. How go your trials, warrior of light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our hosts seem entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favored such attacks. 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a Karakul lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Gav. I like not this place. He's insulted. Alright, we talked to him earlier. Moghome says, "Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands." I was like, thanks. Kane-senna says, "And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, chieftain?" Moghome says, "Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with Hraesvelgr could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo?" At least he's honest about it. Estinien. Oh dear, the horn. Bring out the horn, quickly now. We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the great wyrm, Kupo. Well, we haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Moghome may have sat on it. So we needed some time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now, you need simply head to Zenith, the wyrm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. Ysayle says, "We are in your debt, chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr." Moghome says, "Very possibly, yes. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old wyrm isn't terribly fond of, Ysayle says, "Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain that Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures." Estinien says, "Should we ever arrive at his lair, come, we have squandered enough time already." This is like just being rude. Kane-senna says, "Chieftain Moghome, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky." Of course, Kupo," says Moghome. "Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Moghome your home amongst the clouds." Bye. Moghome says, "Visit us whenever you wish, Kupo. Consider Moghome your home amongst the clouds." Ah, he says we can visit too. How nice. Moghome says, or Moghome, "Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would ever have found time for all those rotten chores." Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting around and a little more time chieftaining, things would never have gotten so messy in the first place. And he was. Let me try that again. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would never have gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well, eh, Kupo? Oh my gosh. Moghome is ready to lead you out of Moghome. Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alphinaud is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. Let's do the Hropkins. Because I think we're going west, so... let's take care of this other stuff. To the east first. This is kind of an interesting spot, too. I wonder what these ruins are all about. So it's kind of fun to see what is around. And sometimes you end up unlocking new places too. That you might not have found otherwise. Sure. Oh no, never mind. It's done in 19 seconds, there's no point in doing it. Alright, let's go back to Moghome, turn this in. What does Estinien have to say? Must we have this creature as our guide? I would sooner flay the thing than follow it. Moghome, why do I get the feeling my life is in mortal danger? Could it be those berries I had for supper? Probably not. Many thanks, brave adventurer. Finally, I can enjoy a bath without the smell of raw dragonfish assaulting my senses. Say, a dip in the waters might serve to freshen you up as well, Kupo. All right, Ysayle has... It will not be long now, Hraesvelgr. Kane Senesis. Through our labors, new friendships have blossomed. For this, we must give thanks. Kuplokop says, I cannot wait to tell my kins moogles in the Twelveswood all about this place. They will be beside themselves with envy, Kupo. I wonder if these guys have anything new to say. I never imagined my duties would involve tidying up fallen leaves in a Moogle village beyond the clouds. The other guy says, they had the Elder Seedseer scrubbing and sweeping. The Elder Seedseer. Yep. Alphinaud says, to the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Dravania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? The Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be departing for Dravania. All right. See if these guys have anything new to say. Okay. Nope. Kane Sena. Alphinaud, Gav, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these moogles might never have been revealed to us. Alphinaud says, "'Tis we who should be grateful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, there would never have..." Let me try that again. Alphinaud says, "'Tis we who should be grateful." Let's try this a third time. Alphinaud says, "'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplokop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did." Kuplokop says, "It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogles back home." Kane Senna says, "And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends." Alphinaud says, "Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits." Warrior of Light, pray, attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinien. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes, unseen. All right, out we go, leaving Moghome. Speak with Moghome. Right, what does Ysayle say? "The closer we come to Hraesvelgr, the higher my spirits rise. But is it I who am elated, or Saint Shiva?" Oh, that's a good question, actually. Alphinaud says, "We have tarried overlong. Let us forge ahead as swiftly as we may, lest Ishgard bear the brunt of the Horde's fury." Estinien says, "Enough talk. Let us leave this risible place behind us." Moghome says, "Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are ready indeed to go." Nothing new for them, I see. Oh, let's see what these look like. Okay, that's not too bad looking. Yeah, that's okay, but yeah, got better. Jacket of Striking. Well, if you're looking for the less is more look, there you go. Okay. Doesn't look very, doesn't look like it'd be very protective, but okay. Moghome says, "As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hraesvelgr's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big place where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though. We need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo." All right, we got another blue quest that just popped up. And if it's, something close to do, I'll do it. Mogsy is gazing fearfully at the road to Asa. "You aren't thinking of heading towards Asa, are you?" Best watch yourself if you are. Archaeosaurs stalk the road looking for an easy meal. If only someone could drive them away, Kupo. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. He says, oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why don't you slay 3 of the Archaeosaurs and open the road back up for Moogle traffic? Once the deed is done, let Moghome and Asa know. Oh, good thing we picked it up. Good thing we picked it up because it's on the way. So that just saves us a long trip back. Here's our dragons we gotta clear out. We have to kill a few more. Click on our summoning stone here. There we go and unlock that. This one's convenient to have. Moghome. So I think the first time that I did this, I didn't pick up that quest. I had to come back. Is that someone from below? How did you get past the Archaeosaurs infesting the road? What? Mogsy asked you to slay them for him? It's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. We've barely been able to venture outside of Asa for fear of being attacked. Now, thanks to you, the roads are just a little safer, Kupo. "75 Yelms to the southwest." Where the next other ether current is. Right in front of my face there. Okay, 560 yalms to the northeast. Pretty sure we're going that way anyway, so I'm not going to worry about trying to find it. Moghome. This ought to be entertaining. You're from the surface? You certainly didn't come here on account of the flowers, Kupo. So what brings one such as you to Asa? What do you do here? Why, I'm standing diligently in defense of Asa, Kupo. If any of those vicious dragons dare to attack the moogles residing here, I shall join the fight with all my might. I know what you're thinking. Then why are you flitting in the middle of the bridge away from danger, Kupo? And to that I'd reply that this is the best place to be, for I can join the fray no matter which end the dragons attack from. What kind of place is this? Moogles use this place to rest their tired wings. You see, Asa is right in between Moghome and Zenith, and no one can be expected to make that long journey in just one day. It's the perfect place for a nap or a few Kupo nuts. But the Moogles didn't build this place, or else it'd likely be much smaller. This bridge has been here for, well, much longer than I can imagine, Kupo. Who did build it remains a mystery to us. The great wyrm Hraesvelgr has been alive for much longer than any of us. Surely he knows all about this ancient place. I want to see what's up top. Because we can. Moghome. Oh, somebody to talk to up here. Flowers are one of the most precious things that grow here, Kupo. One day I want to grow a whole field of them and invite people from the surface to come gaze on their beauty. Well, that's kind of nice. It's kind of a cool view. What he's got here. More titanium stuff. Okay. Alphinaud says, the histories make no reference to the existence of these ruins. Curious. Most curious. Ysayle says, do you see the sculpture to the south and west of here? I am all but certain it was carved in the likeness of Saint Shiva. South and west. I'm not seeing it, but I'm probably not at the wrong angle, right angle either. Oh, south and west. Oh. There you go. That would be the correct direction to point. Yeah, that is a really cool looking statue, actually. Estinien says, never would I have believed that so much land lay hid above the clouds. Dravania is not as I imagined it. Moghome says, things were a bit bitey for a little while, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Waiting for the wind to change. Moghome seems fretful about the weather. What are these like? Kind of a cool looking robe there. No. These actually look kind of cool. I might hang on to this for a... Oh, and you can dye it too. That would look pretty cool. If you want to go for the black leather kind of look there. Bright red. My favorite. Royal blue there. Yeah, that's actually a good looking robe. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgr invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Okay. I wonder if we can go up top there, too. Just because we can. Nope. Alphinaud says, the fates make mock of us. To be so close. Ysayle says, and now the very elements conspire to delay our meeting with Hraesvelgr. Oh, I must be patient. Estinien says, who can say when the weather will turn? I have a mind to make camp. Moghome says, this should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. Alphinaud says, if we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. I don't know why we don't camp out inside Asa, but okay. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Kurthus. Estinien says, clear our minds? 'Tis Master Alphinaud whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Gav, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of your young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. Listening to the music. Ysayle says, do you see the sculpture to the west of here? I'm all but certain it was carved in the likeness of Saint Shiva. Estinien says, Master Alphinaud's artless quest for firewood is like to get him killed. I suggest you follow after the boy and see that no harm comes to him. Moghome says, you know, Estinien may not be as bad as I thought, Kupo. Under all those horrid spikes, he actually has a soft spot for his companions. Just a small one, mind. Oh, and don't tell him I told you, all right? Go back to our clearing now. If you're low enough level that you're aggro everything, you can kind of come up along behind here if you need to. Does she have anything else? Ah, yeah. I've prepared some things for a meal. It will be a plain fare, but better that than empty bellies. Moghome says, the same thing. Okay. I don't see Alphinaud. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphinaud returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients ready for the fire. Alphinaud says, ah, few things compare to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Estinien says, ha, so speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. Alphinaud says, 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Ysayle with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. Ysayle says, we all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is that they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. A little barb there. 'Twas only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny. But I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. Alphinaud says, if this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. Estinien says, you are well on your way, Master Alphinaud. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragonsong War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I will say for a certainty that we will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great wyrm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Ysayle says, Estinien, you gave your word. Estinien says, my word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Ysayle says, doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. Alphinaud says, well, wind's willing. We shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. Kev is sitting in such a cat position, you know. Yeah, we'll get that one. Ooh, leveled up. Mount speed in the Churning Mists is increased. Thank you. Alright, Ysayle says, we must succeed in winning Hraesvelgr to our cause. Lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. Alphinaud says, I trust you are well rested, Gav. Good. If we are to parley with Hraesvelgr, we shall each have need of our full complement of our wits. Estinien says, whenever you are ready, warrior of light, full eager am I to gaze upon this great worm. Moghome. Check out these pants real quick. Those aren't too bad. Okay. Moghome is gazing meaningfully at the path to zenith. The campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you feel how the skies... Let me try that again. But do you feel how the skies... Moghome says, but do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies above Zenith. I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot on that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. Alright, we have to blow the horn on the top floor of Zenith. A well-rested Moghome declares that the winds have turned in your favor. After once more instructing you on how to use the horn to summon Hraesvelgr, the Moogle bids you a hurried farewell, apparently keen to return to Moghome. You cannot imagine why. Follow the path to Zenith and blow the horn on the top floor of the palace. It's a massive structure. It's really cool looking. Oh, they gave us a little porter here too. Nice. Such a beautiful piece of music. Oh, exquisite. What a great view. I believe this is one of the longer cutscenes, by the way. Ysayle says, lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. Alphinaud said, so, This is the place. Estinien said, "It is time, warrior of light." All right, here we go. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude?
Hraesvelgr.
Thou speakest the name of a creature that but awaiteth the release of oblivion. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Hraesvelgr, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal.
But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl, thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? That the secrets of her heart are thine to know?
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Gullible fool. The light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience. The spirit thou hast summoned belongeth not to Shiva. 'Tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect a king amongst worms. Yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Such gods are not summoned, but created, phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelgr, Ysayle's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death. And thou wouldst speak to me of peace? Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth. Then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. "1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. Two centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Elysian learned much about us, not least that the eyes of a great wyrm are the wellspring of his strength. "'Twas out of the selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thordan then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. With the aid of his leal knights, that most noble of Elysian lured my brood sister Ratatoskr into an ambush and took from her that which he craved. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger of my brood sister's tattered corpse, defiled by her Elysian allies. They had torn out her eyes and feasted upon them in the manner of wild beasts. Yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thordan and some few of his knights, Their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery, they set about my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragonsong War. "'Tis a song my kind shall ne'er forget. In should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble into dust."
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. And Nidhogg meaneth for Thordan's people to suffer for this sin till the end of days. That which thou imaginest, a war of extinction, is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment, those who abandon their own and side with dragonkind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitor's progeny bear a trace of Radataskar's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it.
Then, the seed lies within us.
"'Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus are they transformed to join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as newborn dragons. One by one, through death or defection, my brood brothers shall account for all of the betrayer's children."
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end. Like thee, Dragoon. But struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest 70. And Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest now, thou... Let me try that again. Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant to thee. For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Radatasker's wounds. How could he not be driven mad? "'Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me. But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone." Didn't go as everybody had hoped. Very interesting. Very interesting. Poor Ysayle, she looks so sad. Ysayle says, "What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart?" Estinien says, "As predicted, Iceheart's faith in the worm was misplaced, which leaves us with but one recourse. You know I have the right of it, Warrior of Light." Alphinaud says, "Hraesvelgr was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, the will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. Oh, so far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. Okay. Okay, those are weird-looking pants. Alphinaud is considering your party's next course of action as the wyrm's lair.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Ysayle. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinien. You yourself spoke of the Great Wyrm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with two Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the wyrm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
All right, and on that note, we are going to leave it here for today, cats and kittens. It's a very emotional moment. It's hard when you find your faith shaken to the core. It's not an easy thing to come back from, you know? All right. We have to end on a more positive note. So, I will give you a cat joke. What do you call a cat who runs the post office? Post meowster. Meowster. All right, cats and kittens, we look forward to seeing you in the next episode, where we will take on the wyrm's lair. See where that leads us in this adventure. And as always, if you're enjoying this, you know, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications so that you know when I post these videos. So I hope you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying the trip through this adventure. So you all have a great one, cats and kittens. MamaCatGamer is signing out.